Hi everyone, so this is the second video in my mini series of Meet My Guinea Pigs, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my two other guinea pigs. I have four altogether, all females, and these two are, they've just jumped into the same hidey. The one on the left is Lyra, here she is, and the one that jumped in there is Sprite. Now, why do I get the feeling that these two aren't going to be quite as cooperative as the other two? I don't know. But anyway, let's get started. So, Sprite here, I got her 6 years ago. She's just coming up to 6 years old. So she is a fairly old piggy now. She is a short-haired guinea pig, as you can see. She's no particular breed. I got her from a pet shop at the time, but she is an agouti short-haired piggy. So as you can see, it looks like her coat is all flecked with two different colours, which is this lovely brown colour and then this really quite bright lemon yellow colour as well, which she also has on her underside and under her chin. You can just about see that. So Sprite's story is that I got her in 2010 with Pixie, who was also an agouti guinea pig from the same place. I don't know whether they were sisters or not. And they lived together for a few years. And then I got Annie and Lola from a rescue. So for a short time I did have 4 piggies at that time. But then unfortunately it wasn't long before Pixie passed away and Sprite was left with Annie and Lola. And Sprite had always been subordinate to Pixie, but then she was also faced with Annie, who was quite a dominant character, so she kind of again took the subordinate position. They weren't really the best trio. Lola was lovely and would just love any guinea pig, but yeah, Annie was quite bossy, quite dominant. So Sprite and Annie didn't really rub along so well together. And at one time when I had the old CNC cage and I had the hayloft, that upper section was basically Sprite's domain, and she'd live up there and just live in all the hay, wouldn't you? Because she didn't really want to go downstairs that much. But they did mix as time went on and they did get on better. But yeah, they weren't the best pairing, and it just shows how different personalities can clash in different ways with guinea pigs. And now I think Sprite is a lot happier with the group of 4 that I have now, and there's less dominance issues, which is good for her, especially as she's getting a bit older. And that all happened last year, April 2015, when I got Willow, Twiglet and Lyra. So here is Lyra. She is being extremely camera shy at the moment. I don't know whether she's a bit freaked out because it's pretty quiet in this room, apart from my voice, so maybe she's a bit scared. Hey Piggy, you gonna come out a bit? At least let them see you. No? Oh yes, rumble. So unlike Sprite, Lyra is just coming up to 1 year old. As I said, I got her in April 2015 from a breeder. She is actually a purebred lung carrier guinea pig, and I wouldn't normally get guinea pigs from breeders, but I did in this case because there was an advert on Pre-Loved. It wasn't the breeder, it was her friend, and by the sounds of things it'd been some kind of accidental litter, and she had 3 females that she wanted to go to good homes, and I kind of messaged just on the off chance if there was 1 female left then I'd be prepared to take her because she'd be living with other guinea pigs that I already had. I got the message back that yes, there was just the 1 left, and at that point there was just no going back and no saying no, so I went and picked her up just a day after I went and picked up Willow and Twiglet from the RSPCA. As you can see, Lyra is grey and white, and she actually has agouti colouring in her fur as well. So if you look closely at the grey, especially around her eyes, you can see that it's really flecked with that white, and in her other hair lower down on her body, the ends of it are also flecked with that white colour as well. Hey, you eating some hay now? Coming round just a little bit. As I said, Lyra is a young guinea pig. She's just coming up to 1 year old. When we first got her, it was so funny because the way the breed is, she's got 2 rosettes on her back, which make her bottom look really flat compared to the big bouffant of hair that she had on her back. She's kind of looks a bit more normal now. She's slightly less puffy. But yeah, From then on, she got the nickname of Floor Mop because seeing her run across the cage when she was scared and was running into a hidey hut was just hilarious. And it was just like a floor mop or something, like scurrying across the ground. So sweet. So I'm sorry, Lyra, but you're kind of stuck with that nickname now. I'll just switch back to Sprite before I get onto too much detail about their personalities. So Sprite is a really, really loving guinea pig. She is so relaxed, so chilled out. She's really very tame now, especially as she's older. I've had her for 6 years, so yeah, we've had a lot of time to bond together, and she's really not like afraid of me or anything anymore. She will happily come out for lap time. She will just curl up, yawn and snooze away, which is really, really nice. And I find it really relaxing just to get her out for a bit on her own. She's a licker. That's her way of just saying hello, goodbye, and I want to go back to the cage, or just you taste nice. Hey, you cutie. Sprite isn't really bossy at all. She's quite prepared to let other guinea pigs take charge. She's not fussed about anything like that. I think she's learned over time as well that whether you're the dominant one or not, you're still gonna get enough food. And that is the most important thing, isn't it? So yeah, she really is not fussy about food. She loves all kind of vegetables. She will come out and squeak for them. She's quite confident in the cage, but if something does spook her, then you can tell when she gets scared because her eyes go really, really wide, and she doesn't necessarily run away. She just kind of goes into frozen mode and hopes nothing is going to get her, which obviously it isn't. So that's her. She can be quite wary sometimes, but a lot of the time she is really relaxed. She's happiest when she's just somewhere quiet. She can chill out, she can relax in a little blanket or a bed, as she is now. She'll probably just go to sleep. When are you, darling? Yeah, you're a bit tired. And it's so nice to see her getting along well with the other guinea pigs. There was a short period in between when Annie passed away last year and before I got the new piggies where Sprite was living on her own, and she really was a different guinea pig then. She was so much more quieter, withdrawn. She was hiding away in a hidey hut. She barely came out of it all day long. She wouldn't squeak for her vegetables, and now that she's got the company back, she really is so much more confident, and it's really nice to see her squeaking for her veggies again, even though she's a bit wheezy these days. And yeah, really nice to see her just coming out and being a bit more sociable than she was before. I just went to get some lettuce because I thought Sprite was just going into sleep mode, so I wanted to keep her awake a bit longer. I'm just going to talk a bit about her health. She has always been a really healthy guinea pig, never been to the vets. She's been great with her eating. She's been, yeah, just in really great health for a long time. I actually have taken her to the vets for the first time today. The other day I noticed that she had a bit of pinkness to her urine, so a bit of blood in there, which could be a sign of just an infection or bladder stones, hopefully not something more sinister. So she's on a course of antibiotics for now, and just fingers crossed, hoping that it goes away and sorts itself out. If it's not looking any better, she is also booked in for an X-ray next week, so we'll see how that goes. She's perfectly fine, she's eating fine, she doesn't seem down or like ill in any way, but obviously, as we all know, guinea pigs are really good at hiding when they are ill. So if you could just send her some healing vibes, that would be really, really nice, and then I'd appreciate that as well, because she's never had to go to the vets until today. And unfortunately there was a load of really noisy dogs in there as well, wasn't there? They let us go and sit in the other waiting room because Sprite was getting very scared. Now on to Lyra. Lyra's personality is actually quite different from Sprite's, though they do get on really well. Lyra is a very highly strung, fussy guinea pig. She's very vocal. She will happily complain and let you know when she's not happy, when she's not liking something. Whether that's when you're trying to pick her up out of the cage, or you trying to groom her or give her a bath or cut her nails or carry her, or anything really that invades her personal space she's not happy with, and she will let you know. She'll do that kind of half warbling, half squeaking, like get off me noise, which is quite cute, but unfortunately she's not the happiest to be handled or anything like that, but that's just the way she is. And I also think it relates to her being long haired as well, so sometimes we can unknowingly like hurt them if the hair goes in a certain direction or it pulls and we don't realise. So she's very, very fussy in terms of that. But surprisingly, if you leave her and you know, you just leave her on your lap, then she will calm down and she will even start dozing off, which first happened about a few months ago, I think, and she was just there, and then suddenly those eyes were started closing and I was like, Lyra, are you falling asleep? And she was, and it was so, so cute. And she did it the other night as well, after I'd groomed her, and she just flopped out, didn't you? Look at all that dribble. She's a dribbly pig. You like to get a big nice splodge of green all around your face, don't you? So yeah, she's very highly strung, but will calm down occasionally. She can be quite bossy with the other guinea pigs as she's gotten older. If anyone comes too close to her, or they're just having a sniff and she thinks that they're gonna kind of try to get in the hidey with her or get in and kick her out, then she'll just give them a quick nip and let them know, nope, you're not coming near me. So she can be quite bossy, which again relates back to her being very fussy and very highly strung. She will rumble at the slightest thing she doesn't like. If there's a strange noise, then she's rumbling away. If you touch her anywhere that isn't the top of her head or her neck, like her back, she will rumble. Her bum, she will rumble. She's just like, get off me, I don't like that. Get off me, I don't like that. I'm making her sound like a really antisocial guinea pig, but she can also be very loving and very sweet at the same time. Look at that chin. That is just, you're so messy. Oh, Lyra. Now another thing, besides being long haired, that I think makes her also a bit more tense and a bit highly strung is the fact that she hasn't always been in the greatest health. She did have an ear infection when she was only a very little baby, when she was about 3 months old. Suddenly one day I checked on the guinea pigs before I went to work, and there she was tilting her head like squeaking as if she was in pain, and I was like, oh Lyra, what's wrong? I thought it must be an ear infection because it was very, very sensitive when I touched it. She would scream out, she really didn't like it at all. So I took her to the vets. Luckily I got an appointment that day, which was really fortunate because it was awful to see her in pain. And she got some antibiotics, and the vet also got a big ball of pus out of her ear. And luckily for us, we think it was that was causing the discomfort rather than it being an ear infection that had gone further down into the inner ear, because it wasn't like a head tilt, like a kind of really continuous, like where they don't really come out of it. It was more like she was just tilting her head because it was something like it was painful, and then she'd be alright for a second again. So fortunately when we got this pus out of her ear, she instantly seemed to be a lot better. Look at those drips coming off her chin. And after the course of antibiotics, which was Baytril, by the way, in case you're wondering, for about 10 days, she was also fine. The ear was a bit sensitive for a while. I did worry about taking her back in maybe, but it just went away on its own eventually, and now I can touch both her ears and she doesn't mind. She does shake her head quite a lot just because of her long hair, but if I touch behind her ears, yeah, she's totally fine. She doesn't mind it anymore. No, you piggy. Oh, you're just rumbling. Yes, there's that rumble noise. But yeah, she's a funny one, and I really, really do like her. She's quite a different character to the others, and yeah. She's cute. So the relationship between these two has been quite interesting to see. When Lyra was a tiny little baby, when she first came home, I think Sprite almost took her under her wing. They would be both sat together in a hidey, and Lyra, yeah, Sprite would almost be protecting her a bit from the others, like Willow and Twiglet, who are a lot more confident and outgoing. So these two kind of seem to be a natural pairing where their personalities matched up more. Even though from the describing it, they seem completely different, but they are similar in the fact that they're both not the most confident of piggies. They do get freaked out by strange noises and that kind of thing, and they do kind of take comfort in the same things. So being somewhere nice and cosy, being somewhere warm and quiet, that's when they're at their happiest. Aren't you, piggies? Yes, and when there's food around, of course. Although I could carry on talking about these two and Willow and Twiglet forever and ever, I do have to end this video somewhere. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Send Sprite good healing vibes. I hope she gets over this. I hope it's just an infection and that she's fine. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed hearing a bit more about their personalities, about their history, Sprite in particular, because she has been around for 6 years now and she's been great company throughout all those 6 years, so yeah, I'm really thankful to her for that. So yep, that's all for this video. Look out for more videos soon, including an unboxing video. I'm very excited to be getting a box from the Bunny Box company, so there'll be a review on that coming up. There'll also be some more vegetable videos because I know people have been wanting those, and a few other videos relating to health and diet and that kind of thing. As always, if you've got any requests you can post them below, and if you've got any questions then just please ask away. So thank you very much for watching and bye bye for now! Hi everyone, so here I have Willow on the left and Twiggy on the right, and I thought it was about time I do a little video about them, their story and their personalities.